Good evening and welcome to the public hearing of the Board of Mayor and Aldermen. It's November 7th, 2019. It is 6:30. Call this public hearing to order. This will be in regards to Ordinance 2019-39, an ordinance to amend the City of Laverne zoning ordinance by changing the official zoning map for Tax Map 17D, Group E, Parcel 14, consisting of approximately 2.7 acres located at 283 Old Nashville Highway from a R2 medium density residential zoning district to a C1 governmental and public services zoning district. This received a favorable recommendation from the Planning Commission on September 24th, 2019. If anyone would like to come forward and speak about this, you can step up to the podium, state your name and address for the record. Podium is yours. Would anybody like to come up and speak about this ordinance? Seeing nobody, I will call this public hearing closed, and we will adjourn till 6:45 for citizens' comments. Good evening and welcome to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen meeting for November 7th, 2019. It is 7 p.m. I call the meeting to order. We do have a quorum. I will have the prayer tonight, and Alderman No will have the pledge. If everyone please stand for the prayer and the pledge. Dear Heavenly Father, we just ask that you will put your hand upon our city, that you will bless its residents, provide protection for the men and women who serve our community, as well as all of our residents. We ask for your wisdom for our council and leadership. In your name we pray, Lord. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First order of business is to approve the minutes from the October 1st, 2019 regular meeting.
Make a motion to accept as submitted.
I have a motion to accept as submitted. Need a second?
Second.
I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Moving on to presentation of the 2019 pageant winners. Vice Mayor, if you join me. We have just gone through, within the last few months, the 2019 pageant that Vice Mayor Brown graciously hosts and helps to organize every year. And we've got, if not all, but most of our winners here. So we're going to go through each one.
Ava Starling Burns. Look, this is your paper. See? Thank you.
Congratulations.
Tinsley McKinney. Tinsley's not here. Okay. Chandler Sheridan. Here's your certificate. You want to turn it around for the picture? Yeah. Nia Amati. They weren't this shy during the pageant. Here's your certificate. Here you go. Get your certificate. Good job. Landon Pickle. Look at that charming thing. Hi.
AKA Chunk.
Keegan Harrison. Here you go, baby. Say thank you. You're welcome. Come on, baby. James Jacob III. This one's our little ham from the pageant.
He's checking your spelling.
Here you go, buddy. Thank you. Olivia Franklin. Good job. Madeline Ray. Did you get a picture? Kayla Grimes. Good job. Sophia Crutcher.
She'll let me leave.
That's fine. You can be in the photo with us.
Yeah. You're okay.
Here you go. Thank you. And our 2019 Miss Laverne winner is Victoria Harrison. Congratulations. Thank you.
Now can we give them a big hand?
Yes, let's give them all the.
I remember that little bit.
It takes a whole lot of courage for you guys to come participate in our pageant. It takes a lot of time and dedication and parents' involvement. And so it's such a good thing for the community. It's a good boost for the egos of the children. It's good for their self-esteem. And I'm so thankful to be a part of that every year. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Moving on to department reports. Chief Clark, Fire Department.
Hard to follow that. In your reports, you say that we had 299 calls in the month of October. We also had a substantial amount of training from pump officer schools such as that. Are there any questions? Thank you.
Thank you. Chief Walker, Police Department.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Alderman, you can see the numbers are up a little bit on that one. You can see what the true numbers are for the month and the calendar year to date and the fiscal year to date. The biggest thing is that for the calendar year to date, everything is up. Total calls for service 14.7%. Go ahead to the third slide, Lynn. Now, this is still September, but I didn't have these numbers last month for you. I tried to get in this afternoon, and I got partial numbers, so I'll go back in and we'll update and refresh that. But you can see that overall, our Group A crimes through September had decreased 14.8% this year compared to the same period last year. We have a lot of things going on. We had Alderman No asked me a few minutes ago about canned items, and yes, we are collecting. We had a family, Sweetwater Haunts, had a little spooky situation set up at their house, and they took donations. We got about a pickup truck load late last week of canned good items, or earlier this week. We're still collecting. We'll continue for our Thanksgiving boxes, food boxes, frozen turkeys, frozen hams, canned goods, and dry foods, especially things that children might be able to eat through the Thanksgiving weekend because they're not going to be at school and have the opportunity for food at school. And then we'll have seniors that will need some things as well, and we'll be trying to take care of those. Now, going from there, get ready, because as soon as Thanksgiving is over, we'll be full-blown rolling into completion of our No Shave November and our Double Down December, which gives us funding from our own personnel from within to do our Santa Cops, where we have some children who want to go and need to go shopping with us. And then others come pick up, and then others we deliver. But we'll be doing our same thing this year for Christmas, as we have always. And that's not just us. That man over there and his folks are as much part of it as we are. So if anybody has dry foods, canned foods, you want to bring and donate, that's awesome. We'd love to have them anytime over here at the police department. Frozen turkeys, frozen hams, groups want to do it, that's great. We'd love to have them do it, and then we'll be doing the same thing. November 30th, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m., Laverne Sonic Drive-In, who has been very strong supporters and done an awful lot to help us with our car hopping for Santa. And they accept many toys that people bring that are unwrapped, new toys that are unwrapped, and other things too, food as well. But they really ask for the toys. And then the tips are donated to through our FOP Lodge for the Christmas. And then on top of that, there's a percentage of the day's sales that also comes. They did that for our school supplies. and that's the 30th of November. And we'd love to have some elected officials come and participate and help us do car hopping. You don't have to ride on roller skates, but we already have one lady that's needing help. What was it? Alderman, no, wasn't it a pretty good sized trailer load she said she had?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
So
People, I have to say, Chief, not to interrupt you, but and I heard you all talking about it a while ago. People are always talking about some negative stuff in the city. It's a fact of life. I've learned it. But I have to say, there is a lot of good people wanting to help and do good things. Everybody's got their own way of doing it, and I understand.
yeah.
But when it comes to the neediness, we've got some good people.
We do. That's why I love Laverne. That's why we've been here for 16 plus years now. And someday I'll go back toward home, maybe in a box and maybe driving or riding in a vehicle. But one of these days I'll go back home. But I love Laverne. That's why we moved here. We visited. And I don't care what some people say about Laverne. It makes me mad, and I always fire back when they fire rounds at us. But I've seen so much good in this community, and we moved here because we were actually in over 100 different houses when we were trying to find a place to live in '03 to bring our family to when I was transferred back to Nashville, and we chose Laverne, and then Laverne accepted us, and we love it. Questions? Thank y'all.
Thank you so much.
And I wanted to say that Chief's beard's looking pretty suave.
So's yours.
I ain't got no razor.
Codes Department, Randolph.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Alderman. The report for October 2019 is as follows. For the month, we did 32 single-family dwelling permits at a sum of $4.8 million. We did 7 commercial projects at $7.4 million. We did 9 miscellaneous permits. There were 4 sign permits issued, 2 grading permits, 9 others to include additions and remodel, 6 commercial plan review for a total monthly permits of 65 for a tune of $12,603,000. Fees collected, total monthly revenue for the month of October was $52,154. Plumbing permits, there were 34 single-family dwellings and 1 commercial. Mechanical permits, there were 34 single-family dwelling and 2 commercial. Complaints called in for the month of October, there were 16 tall grass, 23 junk cars in the yard, and 28 other miscellaneous complaints called in. For the month, we did 483 building inspections. Our monthly revenue with impact fees was $141,179.06. Year-to-date totals have been $1.2 million monthly revenue with impact fees. Our number of single-family permits issued year-to-date have been 151, 228 this time last year, and our total number of permits for the month have been 448, or excuse me, for the year rather, have been 448.
So a slight slowdown
questions?
with new homes.
Pardon me?
Said, so a slight slowdown with
Slight,
new
we're
home.
roughly 80 permits off from what we were this time last year. I don't think that's a condition we can get comfortable with, because I see, a lot of what's being proposed to come to Laverne that's in the wings. And when a lot of these things get approved and on board, then we're going at it.
Randolph, can you talk a little bit about the training that your team is doing and what this software will basically do for your department?
Yes, we'd be happy to. We have all week worked diligently. Well, I shouldn't say all week. This has been 2 years just over, right at it, a process for online permitting, online applications to be received by the community, contractors and the likes thereof. We rolled out permit number 1, I think it was yesterday or Tuesday. There was a perma-grin on my face the whole time the contractor was in our lobby picking it up. It was a photographic moment for us all. We worked a lot of hours to get to that point. There was a lot went into it, and Vice Mayor, you know, from an IT standpoint, and Glenn and others that were, you know, pretty instrumental in getting us to this point. Kyle, we all worked real hard on this. We're not wanting to yet, just yet, open up the citizen side portal yet. Number one, it's still in some minor final configuration before it's given to us to trial run it. We want to get very familiar with this process ourselves, so that when someone from the outside, from the community, wants to apply online, we want to be able to answer their questions and help them with efficiency like none other. So in order for us to do that, we need to hone our skills in doing so. As I said, it's not quite ready for launch yet, but it will be. We're going to attempt to put a kiosk in the lobby of wherever we may be, but we're going to have it so that you can walk in and make application, or you can do it from the comfort of your own home. If you want a room addition, or you want to build a house or a carport or garage or shed or whatever, you know, add to your driveway, a pool, deck, you name it, you'll be able to do it from home, pay from home, print your permit. And we're not trying to eliminate any interaction. We're just trying to make it easy for the community to do so. And I know there'll be some frustrated individuals that will try to do this online. They'll come in with their anxieties and frustrations, and we'll be there to help them resolve the issues. We had to learn, and much like everyone else is going to have to learn, but in order for us to teach, we have to be proficient ourselves. And happy to say, I did about 4 or 5 permits this afternoon, and well, I shouldn't go too far to say that. But I'm happy to say that we got them out quick. You know, we were able to really accomplish a lot just this week. It's been, you know, all the people involved, Glenn and Jackie, Bo and Adam, Missy, Connie, Larry, Daniel, everyone in my building, Chris, Keith, Scott, all of us have tested and tried and trained, and we're to a point now, I feel like, where we needed to be for quite some time. I mean, you know, we're 20 years into the 21st century now, y'all, and in order for us to offer a service like this to the community was well overdue. And I'm excited about the opportunity, the possibilities that lay ahead for us all.
Thank you, sir.
I thank you. And I want to thank the board too, by the way, for seeing the need, providing the funding for this, and realizing that it's you know, it's the best thing for the community by far and wide. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Parks and Recreation Department, David McGowan.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Board, thank you. You have our numbers for this past month. 49 help desk tickets, 547 hours devoted to those. Senior Center total visitors, 796. 25 activities with a total of 712 people in attendance. Some of our past projects there, you see, we winterized the bathrooms, removed the backflows at the ball fields, threw out them, blew out the irrigation lines, repaired an irrigation leak. You also see our past events, Old Timers Day, Howl at the Moon, Goblins and Goodies. Upcoming events, November the 11th, Veterans Day ceremony will be next Monday, this coming Monday at 11 a.m. Upcoming meetings, Park and Rec Advisory, 6 p.m. November 18th, Greenway Advisory, 7 p.m. November 18th, and the Senior Center Advisory, 4:30, November 21st. Any questions?
I can't never remember to ask you this off the clock, and I talked with Felicia a little bit today, and I just wanted to make sure we're definitely going with the strikers for baseball next year, and they can go ahead and start advertising. Is there anything that else? Because I don't want to have to, I don't want us to wait until January.
I think there may be some particulars that they need to work out as far as City Hall goes. Next month, we'll be bringing forth the changes that we'd like to see in their contract for the next year. Just some minor changes that will help us out better as far as our department goes. I think it'll help them out better also. Some things I think that got overlooked in the first contract that we're going to try to address in this one. Like I said, I don't want to speak out of turn because we anticipate them being back. They may need to fulfill some of their contractual agreements for this year, but as far as I know, we're moving forward with them. Yes, sir.
And that'll be discussed next month with the December meeting.
Yep. And please, if you guys can make it, please come out Monday to our Veterans Ceremony. I think we have a pretty impressive program put together. We'd like to see all you come out, and thank you for your support.
Who all do we have for Veterans Day, just to let the public know who may be watching this online?
We have retired Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Mednick. I believe he served a little over 30-some-odd years. Retired Lieutenant Colonel Glenn Shirley, who is now with Vergne High School ROTC. I believe he served somewhere in the neighborhood of 25 years. And then we have a representative of Rolling Thunder, Dewey Hunter. He's always steady, so we like to have him back as often as we can.
Wonderful.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Finance Department, Ms. Phyllis Rogers.
You have before you the financial report year-to-date through the end of September. You can see the general fund, the revenues are still under. We should start seeing that turn back around during the month of October as our property tax bills went out the 1st of October. Right now, the expenses have exceeded revenues by approximately $4 million. Hopefully, I'll come back with better numbers next month. For the local sales tax, we've collected approximately $2.3 million. That's about $391,000 better than what we budgeted for this time of the year, and about $240,000 better than what we collected at this time last year. For the State Street Aid, revenues have exceeded expenditures by approximately $185,000. In the Stormwater Fund, revenues have exceeded expenditures by approximately $52,000. The Water Sewer Fund, revenues have exceeded expenditures by approximately $830,000. Second page represents our balances in our bank accounts. And the third page is a comparison to prior year. In the general fund, revenues are up about $196,000 as compared to last year. Expenses are up approximately $3 million, and I just want to explain a little bit about that. That is mainly due to the land purchase, capital expenditures, and of course the police department Motorola equipment. In the Water Sewer Fund, revenues are up about $10,000, expenses are down about $172,000, and the water and sewer tap fees are down $357,000 as compared to last year. Any questions?
Thank you. Library Department, Ms. Donna Bebop.
Mayor, Vice Mayor Aldermen, good evening. For the month of October, the attendance in our library, I'm so happy to say, has gone up to 6,351 with an average per day of 244. We issued 102 new cards. We circulated 4,912 items. We had 2,189 patron computer logins. We had 47 programs and 824 in attendance at those programs. Our adult programming is really growing, and so we have decided to come up with a new way to display the items that are coming up for that month. And so when you come into the library, you will see this nice glass display, and the picture doesn't show it, but Miss Faye, basically the founder of our library, is hanging above those programmings, looking down. But do come in and check those out. There's a lot of great things that are happening, and all of these programs are free. The only one that we do charge for is our art, our crafty canvas. We charge $5 just for the canvas. All the paints are supplied, and so it's just a great, great program. Our adults really rave about it. Couple of things I want to mention. Food for Funds. This is going on now through November 27th. If you have some overdue library funds, because I know every one of you in here have a library card, right? And you come in and you check out those books, and sometimes you just accidentally accrue a little fine. Well, for every non-perishable item that you bring in, we will waive up to $1 off of your funds. So if you have like $5 in fines, bring in 5 cans or 5 boxes of mac and cheese, and your fines will be waived. Now, what we do with those items is we take them over to the police department, and those items are used for the food baskets that they make for Thanksgiving and for Christmas. So it's just our way of helping out a little bit, and our patrons' way of giving to the community, along with getting rid of those library funds. Teen Game Day. We need to get our teenagers out there. This is middle school and high school. As you can tell, we had 1 program in October, and we had 12. There's a lot more teens out there that would benefit from this and that would have a really good time. We don't shush them. We don't make them be super quiet. We do have a few little rules, but they go in there and they have a really good time. So we want to get those teens in there. November 21st, Cutting Up Together. This is a class that 2 of our patrons, Corey and Carissa, have put together. It's using the electronic die cutting, and they've got a lot of fun projects. Want to really push that. We will be closed for Thanksgiving the 28th, 29th, and Saturday the 30th. And then Christmas is right around the corner. So Saturday, December 14th at 2 o'clock, we'll have our Magic of Santa with Bruce Amato and a visit from Santa and Mrs. Claus. So we're looking forward to that. That's always a really enjoyable event. For a complete list of all of our library programs, please go to catalog.lavernetn.gov. Do you have any questions?
I don't have a question.
Okay.
I do want to just kind of brag on your department. My family goes down there on a regular basis, but I also hear from a lot of people in the community that, number one, we have by far the top director for the library over anywhere else in the county.
Thank you.
On top of that, your staff. They are constantly engaging with everyone who is there,
Yes.
whether they're there for computers, for books, to study. I hear so much from the community on that. So we appreciate that as a board, and we appreciate what you guys do there.
Thank you, Mayor. That's very much appreciated.
Thank you. Water treatment plant. Greg?
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Board. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I just want to make a quick statement first. We love this community. We love Laverne. When I first moved here, I didn't move into Laverne, but I quickly did. Everyone here at the plant and outside of that, Infomark included, we love being here. We love Laverne, and we try to prove it by what we do. And with that, I'm going to make a few announcements. Some of the community involvement we've done so far this year, donated door prizes to the senior prom. All the proceeds from the yard sale, we donated it all to the senior center. Donated prizes for bingo. Donated money to the Laverne PD for the back to school drive. Sponsored Old Timers Day and Howl at the Moon 5K. And with that, I'm going to say this about the Old Timers Day. That was fun. We partnered with the water billing department for the Dunk the Water department, or the water billing department. It was a blast. Raised money, took canned goods for the local food bank. And I will say this, these kids in Laverne have arms, because I got dunked I don't know how many times, and I know so did Allison. But you know what? It was a blast, and I hope we do it again next year. On that day, we gave out drawstring bags, cups, teddy bears. We had cases of this stuff. We walked away with none of it. Everything got gone. It was great, and it was a great community involvement. At the Goons and Goblins, that was fun as well. The Goblins and Goodies, I'm sorry. That was a blast. It was very fun seeing these kids come out and the community getting involved. It was awesome, and that's why we love Laverne. It's a great staff here. you know, the city staff, we love working with them, the board, you know, the vision that everybody has. I mean, it's a great place to live, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. For water testing and information about your water, you can call the water plant at 615-793-6536, option 2. In October, we treated 130.9 million gallons of water, delivered 108.2 to the citizens of Laverne, with an average of 4.2 million gallons per day treated and 3.5 million gallons per day delivered. In the month of October, we collected and analyzed 40 bacteriological samples, with all of them passing. In October, the TOC removal was 50%, and remember, the requirement is 15%. That's 3 times better than the requirement. Maintenance items completed in October, just to name a few, all PMs were completed, installed the supplemental backwash actuator, organized around the plant, worked on filter analysis. One thing that we've added to our arsenal, if you will, is something we call eMaint. It's a software program where we can track preventative maintenance items, put in work orders for things to get done around the plant. This thing will keep up a history of what we've had to do to the certain mechanical parts of the plant, well, you know, the money that's spent, stuff like that. It'll help track that. That's an asset that we've put in. It's just rolled out. We just now have all the assets in and the PMs in, so we're starting that now. In October, we had 6 customers call in. 1 was an inquiry about their water, just curious. We had 3 for low pressure. 1 was aesthetics. We went out, helped them figure out what was going on. And 1 was air in the line from a main break that had happened previous. We just went out and told them what they needed to do. Any questions?
Any questions?
All right.
Thank
y'all.
you. Moving on to Public Works Department. It's Michael Dietz.
Mayor Alderman, good afternoon. Do my best presentation to Mr. Garland tonight. The street department had a total.
Deeper voice.
Sir?
Deeper voice.
Deeper voice. I don't know if I can do that or not.
A little bit of
Said my
grumbling in
best
with that.
impression. Their brush removal request calls was 24. Their pickups was 1,181. The brush removal loads was 81. Looks like they had 243,000 pounds. The workhouse program hours was 367.5, and they had a total of 128 work orders. Vehicle repairs were 47, completed 40 of those in-house, had to outsource 7. Preventative maintenance was 24. Equipment repair was 16. They had 12 hours with fire department repairs, with a total of 16 hours. Or I'm sorry, they had 12 fire department repairs, total of 16 hours. Any questions? All right, on to the water department. We had a total of 192 work orders. Our main line repairs for the month was 8. Our service line repairs were 5. Our cleanups were 4. Our estimated gallons of water not sold was 241,000 roughly. Our overtime for the month was 104. The meter and leak detection department had a total of 385 on the work orders. Our meter sets were 32. Meter swaps were 62. Customer requests and for the meters to be reported or tested and reports to follow were 17. Meters tested was 20. Miles of pipe walked for leak detection was 6.78. Found 4 leaks. Answered 338 Tennessee 1 calls with a total of 10 hours overtime. Sewer department had 134 work orders. Service calls were 86. Pump stations 48. Our final grinder pump inspections for the month was 4. Manhole inspections and repairs were 49. Grinder pump rebuilds were 17 with a total of 36 overtime. Any questions?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Stormwater Department, Mr. Adam Leach.
Good evening, Mayor Board. From September 16th to October 15th, we had 10 calls that generated 5 new work orders. During that time, there was 1 work order in progress. We closed 2. Street sweeper ran 7 days because we had to give the guy a week off. Had 18 work days total, and we conducted 214 construction inspections. Major projects that we completed were a detention pond on Jefferson Pike, realigned a ditch along Mankin Place, and extended a culvert at the request of the Streets Department.
all I got.
Any questions? Thank you, Adam. Human Resources, Cheryl Lewis-Smith.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Aldermen. Here is the Human Resource Report for the month of October. We had 7 external jobs posted, 154 applicants, 3 actual new hires. We had 2 resignations and 2 terminations. There was 1 workers' compensation claim, 0 liability claims, 99 care appointments with 1 no-show, 424 lives covered, 3 HRAs were conducted, and 1 short-term disability claim, for a grand total claim dollar amount of $206,000 and $317. Excuse me, $206,317. Are there any questions?
Cheryl, can you speak a little bit about the kind of health fair that we do every year?
Oh, yes. We had a grand time last week. We had the opportunity to sponsor our 6th annual Employee Health, Wellness, and Safety Fair. And the employees came out to participate. We had quite a few vendors. And thank you, Alderman No, for attending. And you were
Free
able
food, man, I'm there.
It was a joyful time. And the departments participated in our annual pumpkin carving decorating contest. And I'm proud to say that the police department took top honors. And all of the departments did a great job with their participation in that area. A lot of fun, and we're excited to put it on every year. The T-shirts are great, and I look forward to next year as well.
So you're saying the police department's better at carving than softball?
Well, you would need to see the pumpkin.
Don't say it.
And a reminder, everybody has to drive.
So again, we want to say thank you to all of the employees and to our staff in helping out Parks and Recreation. They cooked all the food and the hot dogs and hamburgers, and we just had a great time, and everybody participated, and they look forward to all of the great door prizes and the information that's presented. So it's one of my favorite activities for the city.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Chief Clark, can I use you for a minute up front, please? Can I have Mr. Marcus Harney join us up here, please? Sir, this is a certificate of recognition hereby granted to Marcus Harney for completing the Tennessee Fire Officer 4 course, becoming one of only 57 firefighters in the state of Tennessee with this certification. The city congratulates you for obtaining this certification. Amazing job, sir. Thank you. Can you explain to kind of the public watching, as well as anybody here, what this means and how Marcus interacts with the fire department?
So, Marcus is our battalion chief. What that means is he operates the city, and his personnel will sit back here, every 3rd day for 24 hours. Most of the time, or all the time during his shift, he maintains the city and makes sure that everybody is safe at all times. To let it be known that Mr. Harney here went out on his own, determined that he needed this level of certification to maintain our department, and he did so. By doing Fire Officer 4, it deals with incident command, human resources, budgeting, trying to make our department as efficient as he can, and at the same time, as safe as he can, along with his personnel and the citizens of this town. I, for one, and I'm very grateful to have him as a battalion chief here in the city of Laverne. He makes me look very good, along with all of our personnel here. And I'm very grateful to be the fire chief for the city of Laverne, but I'm also very grateful to have these guys that operate every day making sure that the city is safe. And you so much. Thank you.
We would have presented this to him during our presentations, but Marcus actually had to go out on a fire call during the meeting, so, along with the rest of the men and women here. So, again, congratulations, sir.
Great job. And I think it's really important that all of your fellow coworkers showed up tonight to support you, and I think that's just wonderful to see.
Mr.
He's a
Mayor,
battalion commander. They got no choice.
Mr. Mayor and Chief, also, I want to say that last month, we had a party at the senior center, and Marcus brought this particular crew, or most of them, with him. And not only did they eat and have fun, but let me tell you about these guys and girls. Not only can they fight fires, but they can cut a rug. They were such a big enjoyment to the seniors. The seniors absolutely loved it, and I appreciate you guys and girls, of course, coming down.
Thank you, sir. Moving on to old business, second reading ordinance 2019-37, an ordinance to amend the fiscal year 2019-2020 general fund budget. Need a motion to approve or deny.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve from Alderman Jones. Need a second.
I second.
Second from Vice Mayor Brown. Alderman No.
Aye.
Alderman Jones.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Brown.
Aye.
Motion passes. Second reading, ordinance 2019-38, an ordinance to amend Title 20, Chapter 2 of the Laverne Municipal Code regarding parks and recreation user fees. Need a motion to approve or deny.
Make a motion. I'll second her motions.
We have a motion to approve from Vice Mayor Brown and a second from Alderman No. Alderman No.
Aye.
Alderman Jones.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Brown.
Aye.
Motion passes. Second reading ordinance 2019-39, an ordinance to amend the City of Laverne zoning ordinance by changing the official zoning map for tax map 17D, Group E, parcel 14, consisting of approximately 2.7 acres located at 283 Old Nashville Highway from an R2 medium-density residential zoning district to a C1 government and public services zoning district. This received a favorable recommendation from the Planning Commission on September 24th, 2019, and we did have a public forum which no one came up to speak about. Need a motion to approve or deny?
Motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve from Vice Mayor Brown. Need a second.
Second.
Second from Alderman Jones. Alderman Jones.
Aye.
Alderman No.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Brown.
Aye.
Motion passes. Moving on to the consent agenda. Need a motion to approve or deny?
Motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve from Alderman Jones. Need a second.
A second.
Second from Vice Mayor Brown. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Consent agenda passes. New business, Resolution 2019-24, a resolution to approve an additional nonprofit donation to the Industrial Development Board for the City of Laverne. Need a motion to approve or deny?
Motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve from Alderman Jones. Need a second.
A second.
Second from Vice Mayor Brown. Alderman No.
Aye.
Alderman Jones.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Brown.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution 2019-25, a resolution authorizing the City of Laverne to participate in the Public Entity Partners Property Conservation Matching Grant Program. Need a motion to approve or deny?
Make a motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve from Alderman Jones. Need a second?
A second.
Second from Vice Mayor Brown. Alderman No.
Aye.
Alderman Jones.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Brown.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Resolution 2019-26, a resolution authorizing the City of Laverne to participate in the OMNIA Partners Cooperative Purchasing Program. Need a motion to approve or deny?
Make a motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve from Alderman Jones. Our second. Alderman No.
Yes.
Alderman Jones.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Brown.
Aye.
Resolution passes. Need a motion to approve the purchase of playground equipment from Great Southern Recreation through the OMNIA Partners Cooperative Purchasing Program.
I make a motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve from Alderman No. Need a second.
Second.
Second from Alderman Jones. Alderman Jones.
Aye.
Alderman No.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Brown.
Aye.
Motion passes. Moving on to appoint or remove committee and board members. First one we have is going to be the Greenway Advisory Committee. We've got one term vacant, and we have Leslie Ballard who wants to be on this board. I will appoint her to that board, and for the board to vote to confirm that. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ms. Ballard is part of the Greenway. Then we have the Local Emergency Planning Committee, and that is to appoint David McGowan to represent Parks and Recreation, as he is the new director. So I'll appoint him to that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Planning Commission, we've got Lance Lee, who wants to stay on that board, so I will reappoint him to the Planning Commission. Last but not least, we have the Senior Citizens Advisory Committee. We have one term vacant. We have two applicants. I will appoint Kristen Morlock to that open position. All in favor?
Aye.
And that passes. Moving on to Mayor and Alderman comments. Alderman No.
What did I have wrote down here earlier that I wanted to say something about? Oh, I got the word today, or heard a rumor today, and I'm excited to give everybody about 5 months' notice that the Senior Citizen Center is going to put together another big yard sale. So I'll be out bumming and looking for good stuff, not junk. So I'm pretty excited about that. And again, thanks to Marcus firefighters for coming out. We can't say enough good about you.
Alderman Jones.
I'd like to say congratulations to all the honorees tonight, and wish everyone take it easy. We got the rain weather moving in, along with the cold front just coming right behind it. So bundle up and be careful.
Vice Mayor Brown.
Software that I can't say that has been rolled out. That took a team effort of our whole city just about, and I just want to thank everyone that participated in that. It's never easy, but it was necessary, and it's important that we've done that. So I know there was a lot of long hours and some headaches, maybe a few tears, probably some sweat. And I just want to say thank you. That is a huge undertaking, but it's very important. It's going to help the city a lot.
It almost killed me.
Well, but did you die? You may have felt like you were going to die some days, though. I also want to congratulate the police department for finally winning something.
And look, Chief's got a smile on his face for that.
Sorry, Chief. I do have to drive here. Marcus Harney, you have really set the standard just by knowing that you wanted to do that training, being self-directed enough to go through it, being one of the few people in the state to achieve that level. That is super, super awesome of an achievement. I just can't thank you enough for being on our team and investing in yourself, which in turn invests in our community. And so from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, again, I think with this meeting, you can see the city is moving forward in every direction. We have been discussing everything from a new fire headquarters to a shooting range with the police department. bringing on a K-9 unit, looking at modernizing our infrastructure as well as our technology with codes. Hopefully, it won't put you back in the hospital.
No, I'm well over that, Mayor, thank you. I'm well over that.
Improving our water quality and just trying to move this city forward in a better way. We can see people taking their own initiative to improve themselves, like Mr. Harney has done, which in turn inspires his team and also gives back to our community because they know that they have one of the top men with this certification in the state. So we thank you for that. Want to remind everyone that we've got the rescue squad will have their breakfast this Saturday. We've got Box 100 will have its breakfast with Santa on the 14th, and we have Thanksgiving coming up. So be sure to get with your families, enjoy a good meal, give them a hug, and enjoy. With that, I call this meeting adjourned. Thank you.